It's the 161st running of the race that was started in 1866, and Jamie Mellum is front and centre today. But to get down to the weight to ride She's an Alibi, it has been an odyssey.
Hey guys, welcome to my fun journey of riding 49 kilos. Today's 10 days out. It's Wednesday morning. I've just finished riding my ponies for the morning. Just over a week to go to Doncaster Day. I just did another session of hot Pilates. Weighed myself afterwards after having a little sweat there, and I'm 51.2, so not much lighter than I was Wednesday, but I've had a pretty heavy few days with drinking water. So it's Sunday today, just under a week till Doncaster Day, and I had Pilates this morning, rode some horses. I'm 51 on the dot, so 2 kilos to go for Saturday. Just checked my weight and I saw a 4. It was 49.9. So I'm very excited. Just on a little afternoon walk I've been doing this week, just 5-ish Ks around the property and the roads around the farm. I only got a kilo to lose now, but everyone might think, oh, that's easy, only a kilo, but it's still, when your body's that low and that light, it doesn't come off easily. But at least I'm close to home. So it's Friday, I'm in Sydney today, having a little sweat and a steam after we had a swim, and then we'll go for a little walk around Sydney and try and find something little to eat for dinner. Almost there, then I'll have a little sweat at the races tomorrow, all ready for 49.
Oh, Jamie, thank you so much for doing that for us. I mean, she's a beautiful looking woman, but she looks drawn in some of those shots, Katie. How much does it take out of a jockey?
Oh, incredible performance, Bruce, from Jamie, and thank you for doing that.
She's been...
He's the right channel.
Oh, I love it, don't you?
You're beauty. I finally got an invite.
He's going to have his dancing shoes on. Let's hope for She's an Alibi, but for Ken and Casey, it'll be enormous today. And for Winona, Braith and Ryan there as well. So, White Hot Zach, he's had 7 winners in the last 2 weeks on linebacker. Could Zach Burton win the Doncaster for the 4th time? He goes on Evaporate. These two have been first and second of the last 2 big dances, the $3 million mile in November. Chris Waller, he's chasing Gay Waterhouse, and also Tommy Smith, but he hasn't won one since weeks. And Jamie Mellum, well, she's already won a Doncaster, but this would be even, I think, more special for her because of what she's had to go through to ride She's an Alibi, as we have just seen. Let's catch up with Jamie. She's with Emma.
She's been kind enough to send us little snippets all week about how the weight's been going. 49 kilos, you are a hero. How you obviously just weighed out and it's all good.
Yeah, I feel good. I'm looking forward to hopefully winning the race and getting some food.
No doubting that. How do you think the filly will perform in these conditions today?
Yeah, look, I'm confident as long as she gets through the track. I'm wrapped with the draw. I'm really happy with drawing out there now. I think if I can give her a good ride, she should be too good.
You are beaming. You've done it the right way. Good luck.
I feel good.
Go get him.
Well, Winks was $1.80 when she won this 10 years ago. Such prices are rare in Doncasters. As it stands, She's an Alibi is $1.95. She did touch $1.90, best back by an absolute mile as you'd expect. Open $2.10 final field earlier in the week. Pretty much everything else is getting out as a result of the money for She's an Alibi. Autumn Boy's been $6.50 back to $9. Gringotts $10 back to $13. Pericles has been $17 into $15. Won a Group 1-2 starts ago. The Futurity, Headley Grange and Nibble as well, $17 into $15. Evaporate Open $26 is now $18. Attica, the 3-year-old, it's completely friendless. It's been $15 out to $31. What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
He's got to be one of the best chances in this race. He's a Group 1 performer. He's got a big weight on his back, but he loves the conditions here. And he also loves, importantly, Randwick. He looks in great order, doesn't carry a great deal of condition. He's got lots of fitness on his side, and I expect him to run very well.
He always does, Lizzie, does it? Pericles was second in this race 2 years ago.
Yeah, he was. Look, he's a good horse and finally got that Group 1 that he deserves in the Futurity Stakes. He's always been around the mark. Craig Williams won the race back in 22 on his champion and Mr. Brightside, and he knows Pericles really well. So from an awkward barrier, he's going to need a good ride, but Craig Williams is riding well.
Lizzie's with a big improver here in Headley Grange.
Well, if you give Gringotts a chance, you've got to give a horse like Headley Grange a chance. I often look at him when he's going out onto the track and he can be a little bit tricky. He's got a bit of a mind of his own. But once he gets out there and once he gets into the gates, he's got a terrific record, especially at Randwick as well. He's got a beautiful coat on him. Joe Pride is one of the best conditioners of horses and he's very much a product of the stable.
We'll keep an eye on him. Evaporate won the Carbine Club this time last year. Last one not so good. Up until then he's been terrific. Zach Burton to ride.
Yeah, well, he's the right jockey. He knows how to win a Doncaster. As you said, he's trying to win 4, and he won the Carbine Club, this track and trip, as you said, last year. So this prep, he comes out of the George Ryder behind Autumn Glow, where he was finished 6 lengths off her. But before that, he ran a really good race in the All-Star Mile behind Tom Kitten. So linebacker, he loves it here at Randwick. Of course, won the Randwick Guineas here. He's got 53 kilos on his back. Great record at the track and the trip. He loves the heavy conditions too. I know we're racing on a soft track, so I don't think that'll worry him.
He missed the kick last year and got beaten 1 1/4 lengths, so he was so close, even though he was out of the places. This is the third time Militarizer's run in this race. He won the Sires on this day as a 2-year-old. I think he's got some hope.
Look, he's a 3-time Group 1 winner and, of course, went to start and that didn't work out for him, so he's back at racing really well. He ran well in the Ajax behind Crystal Clear, with only beaten 1.5 lengths. As we get down to Lizzie and look at Autumn Boy.
Rosehill Guineas winner, blinkers going on, stepping back in trip. It is the recipe that Chris Waller always seems to get right. And I don't need to tell you how magnificent looking he is. Take a look at him. He is a real specimen.
Looks magnificent, doesn't he? No doubt about
No
that.
Rosehill Guineas winner has won this race, but Sacred Choice ran second in the Rosehill Guineas and won. So,
But it's a Formula 2000 back to that 1600 that Kenworth. It's a party. He's not quite in the form that he went into the Caulfield Guineas as an unbeaten 3-year-old, but he's getting back somewhere, isn't he?
yeah, he is. He mixes his form, doesn't he? Of course, ran 3rd in a Caulfield Guineas back in 23, 3rd in a Rupert Clark, and 3rd in a CF4.
He's your roughie?
Yeah, I think she's a great roughie. She loves Randwick, and look at her record here. She's had the 4 goes for 1 win and 3 seconds, and she's always around the mark. And I loved her run first up in the Group 1 Coolmore Stakes behind Lazura. I thought she was really brave. So second up, this is when she runs her best form. She's got 51 kilos on her back, and it can be one of those races where a horse like that could win.
There are 4 3-year-olds in the race, and I think they're the cornerstone of the race. And Attica started the autumn as one of the next big things. It hasn't quite happened for him, has it?
No, because he won the spring champion at Group 1 level, 2,000 metres at the end of last preparation. And this prep, he's been okay. He's been around the mark, not too far away from them. So Joe Pride's won the race on 2 occasions as we look at Crystal Clear.
With Braithnock and Annabelle and Rob. He was 6th in the Golden Eagle. He was 6th in the Big Dance. I think he's just that. He's very good. He's improving. Don't know if he's good enough to win a Doncaster. We'll see. He gives himself every chance. Sheelight will go forward. He broke a long run of outs when he won last start.
He'll give a sight, and he loves it soft. So she has the 4 go for the 2 seconds, albeit in much lower grade. And this is a Doncaster, but 50 kilos on his back, and Winona Costin is a great front-running rider.
Incap got beaten less than half a length in the Doncaster last year. Again, is he going well enough now?
Well, yeah, this prep, he's been carrying big weights, 59 kilos, so it's a big weight drop for him, 50 kilos. Alicia Collett with a 2nd in the country championship, so she'd be looking to go 1 better here.
No, she's had a good day already. Great rider. Helsing, huge odds, but a great opportunity for Ryan Houston to come up and ride. Annabelle likes him on front runners. He'll run well. And here's the filly that is the centre of all attention. Lizzie's with She's a Alibi.
Haven't had the pleasure of assessing her that many times. She's an alibi. So this is one of the first times I've walked alongside her, and I tell you what, she's not small. She's got a bit of scope about her. She's got a bit of maturity there as well. So she's not your average 3-year-old filly.
That's interesting, an interesting insight there for Lizzie, with no weight on her back. And 60s, he's come of age this campaign.
Yeah, and he would have been doing the rain dance because that just enhances his chances here. 49 kilos, but Rachel King, she would have had breakfast this morning, unlike poor Jamie.
Let's go and listen to Will Hayes, one of the trainers of Evaporate, speaking to the jockey, the great Zach Burton.
How you seen it?
I think you just got to let him begin as well as we can and let him show us where he wants to be. You know, I'd like to be, as close to the pace as I can be. I think he's sort of better if he's up there rolling a little bit without you fighting him.
Yeah.
But it depends how he jumps. He was a bit average out the other day, wasn't he? And Luke gave him a bit of a squeeze to try and hold a spot. And he got into a good spot, but I think if he flows, he's better.
Yeah. I think Zach's seen it really well. Just got to jump and flow from the wide gate. We've got the right horses drawn around us, and I think being outside has proven to be advantageous today. So he couldn't have saddled up better. We've been really happy with him between runs. He's thrived in Sydney, so hopefully we can get him back to where we know he is. So it's an exciting day. Beautiful. All right, I've got to go throw you on. Thank you. Appreciate that.
So great insight again and access. Jared, one of the biggest betting races of any year, isn't it? Tab's Market Mover.
It's She's Her Alibi, Bruce. Best back runner in the country today, clearly. 2.10 earlier in the week, $1.95. As I mentioned, Winks $1.80 10 years ago. The only other winner that's jumped less than $4 since 2003 was More Joyce. She was $3.80 in 2012.
And you're talking about, well, the best of ever, and another one that was probably Gay's very best. So, rare. Lizzie, pick of the yard for the Doncaster.
Well, I was expecting to see this little sort of light, lean 3-year-old filly, but I'm not. I'm seeing a horse that has got a lot more strength and scope than the normal 3-year-old filly. So I'm with She's an Alibi on top. I'm not with the weight. I'm not with the the gait. I'm simply just on her as a physical. And I was watching her walking around, and there's all these mature horses, and she doesn't look out of place. So to me, that shows that she's got a lot of strength and quality at this stage in her career.
And I know you liked Autumn Boy as well. And
he's magnificent.
Can
I take him home? He's my favourite looking
He's
horse.
an incarnation of the autumn sun,
isn't he? Just?
Tom Charlton, linebacker, he ran the super race last year, didn't he, Em?
He sure did. He finished 8th, but arguably it looks a lot better than that when you look at the replay once more. He can dip second up, third up he improves again, and he loves the Randwick Mile. There's a lot of ticks there, Tom.
Yeah, as you say, he can do that second up a bit, and he's probably a better Randwick horse. And he probably just felt the pinch late in that race. It's pretty solidly run. We put him in the race, and he got a bit tired. So I think if you take away Autumn Glow, who's on a different spectrum to everyone else, he probably wouldn't have looked too bad.
There's a certain way to ride this guy, and Zach Lloyd knows the key, having won a Randwick Guineas on board him. It's not too close, it's not too far back, it's just right.
Yeah, well, I think the draw helps that today. Obviously, a very fair start. He can miss the break, which he did last year, but last start he jumped well, and hopefully Zach has the answer to that. So if he can begin well, we'll let him unfold and sort of see how it works out.
How are confidence levels? He's not necessarily short-priced in the market. Do you think he's being overlooked?
Maybe a touch. I think the 3-year-olds hold all the keys, probably like he did last year. So they're going to be very hard to beat. But if he can see the best of linebacker, he certainly won't be far away.
Good luck.
Thank you.
It's a funny market, Richo, because of because of She's Alibi, because she's $1.95, and we've got horses that have got good chances at long odds.
Yeah, the one that I've found, I think, is Attica. Many were thinking he'd be heading towards 2,000-metre races or heading towards a derby, yet they've kept him towards a mile here, and with only 50 kilos, I mean, he's paying nearly $9 the place, Bruce. So I just think he represents great value in and around the likes of She's an Alibi. M's selection as well is just going forward soon in Headley Grange. Once again, another that's way over the odds.
He played up badly, Lizzie, after you saw him. He played up very bad. Speaking of Attica, Joe Pride and Headley Grange, you're with him, Em?
Yeah, and he rarely watches big races from out the front, but you've got to get on board Attica because he's a bit of a handful at times.
Headley Grange. Yeah, Headley Grange, the old gelding, actually, not the colt. It's just a handful out the front here. So I walked out here, legged the rider on, and they're safely around behind the gates.
He's on the up, this horse. His last 2 runs have been out of this world. How are your confidence levels with him, especially on a wet deck today?
Look, I'm realistic. It's a Doncaster, and there's never an easy one of those to win, but I think both my horses come here today with the right preparations to run their best, and they should both enjoy, especially Headley Grange will really enjoy the ground.
Attica, you keep him at the mile. He wants a genuinely run race.
It's a real high-pressure race, which he should get today.
Good luck. Pick one.
Headley Grange is a reliable one, but Attica's probably got a big peak performance in him. Hopefully that's today.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Joe Pride there, so 3 or 4 stool to come up. There is Headley Grange, there he is again. Lizzie, you talked, there's Peter Moody, so Oh, what a day for Pete.
I know.
With
It's
She's
a
Alibi.
big day, and he seems very confident as well, doesn't he? Well, Headley Grange has now ended up on the inside of the track, so they're just trying to grab hold of him because that is where the starter is on his rostrum at the moment. Look, he is difficult. This is him constantly, and it's just whether you can contain this type of behaviour with him. And I saw his breeder down the front, and he said, I've never seen him go out on the track, and I never want to see him go out on the track again. So, yeah, he's tricky.
And what about these beautiful grey Clark of the Course horses? I mean, they know their job. It's not an easy job, I mean, for these horses. And they know what they have to do with this bloke. They have to try and get him back to that barrier there. And at the moment, it's not looking good, is it?
No, not at all. And Jason will probably jump off him, and they'll just try and coax him. He's really got a bee in his bonnet, Lizzie.
He does, and I know that he's a horse that you can't really grab hold of his mouth. He's very sensitive and he throws his head down. Those types of horses are so difficult to ride, and Jason Collett, I'm sure, as you mentioned, will jump off of him and get him round to the gates riderless, as we can see, and hopefully they can load him now and Jason can jump back aboard.
Huge racing fan. Tommy Papley's about to play his 200th game. He's sitting watching 7 horse racing. Paps, good luck. Headley Grange has finally got in.
So they are set for the Doncaster of 2026. We've got a very short price favourite. She's 4 from the left.
Favourite. No fillies achieved this since Sunline. The gates are back and they're racing in the Doncaster. Autumn Boy was one of the last out. Stepardi and Helsing have jumped well. So did Crystal Clear. Gringotts is pushing into a prominent role together with Attica. She lights off the track going forward on the outside of Linebacker, and Headley Grange is pushing forward. Then came Autumn Boy, NCAP, and Vivier's wide in the early part, followed by Militarised. Now She's Alibi's well back in the field. They're followed then by getting along the rails Crystal Clear together with 60. She's Alibi now second last, and Pericles has been taken back to last. Racing to the front here, Evaporate in the yellow cap by 3/4 to She Light. Helsing third, Linebacker in a great position fourth, 1 out 1 back. 2 further back to Stepardi, Gringotts the inside. Further back to Attica on the outside of Autumn Boy, and Headley Grange's 3 wide. Then came NCAP from Crystal Clear, Militarised, 60s, Vivier. She's Alibi is back at joint last with Pericles as they go inside the 600, and Evaporate rolling by 3/4 to She Light. Then Helsing, Linebacker pulling out with Stepardi, Attica, Autumn Boy coming off heels. Then Headley Grange further back, 60s taking a rails runner up the rise, and Evaporate 3 lengths clear. Linebackers closing in quickly. Gringotts into the clear. Here she comes. She's an Alibi is winding up down the outside, and the filly, look at her go. Oh my goodness, different class. She's an Alibi for Jamie Mellon, the first filly since the great Sunline to do it. And what a statement. My goodness, She's an Alibi, 5 lengths to Autumn Boy. I think Militarised third from Gringotts. Then 60s, further back Vivier, Headley Grange. Linebacker Evaporate, Attica, NCAP, Helsing, Pericles, Stepardi, Crystal Clear, She Light. What have we just seen?
I'm not going to say this without thinking about it. Randwick has rarely, if ever, seen a better performance than that in the modern time. It's up there with anything we have seen. It is a most extraordinary performance by a 3-year-old filly. Fred Nofke with Cat Coleman. We know what Jamie has been through to get this ride. We're shaking up here. We know that we are in the presence of greatness. Absolute greatness. Peter Moody had arguably the greatest filly we've ever seen, and we've got another one here. Oh boy, it's hard to get your head around, Katie.
She is so special. We were saying how far back she was, and they went along at a nice clip, but the way that she rounded them up and put pay to them, Lizzie, she is something else.
Yes, look at that potent turn of foot that she's got. You could see she worked into it, and Jamie looked so confident. She was the widest horse at the top of the straight. Jamie waited with nerves of steel and then said, go, and that was the potent turn of foot. She didn't just win by a small margin, Bruce. She absolutely annihilated them.
And look, she's within a half a length of Autumn Glow and maybe right with her. And look at Moods and Cat and Mrs. Moods. Oh, boy. They've seen the highs, Peter. I mean, Richo, Randwick is so special for Peter. we've just seen one of the greatest performances ever at this track.
That's the big words from Bruce McAvaney. He said that's one of the biggest, or if not the biggest performance ever at Randwick over the mile.
Well, I was a kid here at Randwick, and I saddled up Liverstone Lane with the old boss Billy Mitchell, and strapped Western Ace for TJ Smith, and strapped Lygon Arms. So I go back a fair way here too. Not as much as Bruce, but oh God, that was special, wasn't it? I thought she's a long way out of the ground, but Jamie knew what she's doing. I just said to her, go out and have some fun, and don't fight with them. Just do what you got to do. And she's just amazing. Yes. Crikey, you know, I've been blessed to train one of the greatest we've ever seen. But this filly's just amazing. You know, I'm not saying she's black caviar, but that was just shit. How good.
Well, the fact that everything you've achieved, yet I see tears in your eyes that I rarely saw with the Supermare.
Oh, it's just emotional. You know, it was, she's just a special, special horse. Yeah. Crikey, where's the ceiling? You don't know. You know, it's special. I'm happy Autumn Glow wasn't here, I can tell you that. She's a superstar, and we saw her strata stuff here earlier in the day, and the day will probably come. Let's hope it does for Australian racing where they meet, but I'm happy to stay away from her for as long as we possibly can, but I don't think we're going to hide from too many when you see a performance like that. Yeah, just a very special horse, and thanks to Catherine, Jeff and the team at home, Mitch at Straps are here. It's lovely to have Sarah here with me. I think the last time we were here, I wish I win one at TJ. And being a Randwick kid, you know, I arrived here when I was 14 and worked for the General TJ, and I haven't won a Doncaster. I want to be back here in 40 minutes because the only derby I haven't won's the ATC derby. So, but it's very special. This is one of Australia's great races, you know. I've won a Newmarket, I've won the Stradbroke, now to win the Doncaster. That's the big three handicaps of Australian racing. So, and well done to Freddie Nofke. You know, what a story, you know. $10,000 filly, crikey. Well done to him.
Absolutely brilliant, mate. You've described it perfectly, and you deserve this moment more than anyone, mate. Well done.
Cheers, thanks, Richard. Yeah, cheers, mate.
Fred, congratulations. We did it. We did it.
She did it.
She did exactly as you said.
Every penny I paid for her, she's worth it.
Oh. How much did you pay for her?
Probably not enough.
No, and you said she was going to do that today. You've known for a long time she's a very special horse.
I was hoping for 3 lengths because that gives me a buffer in the next race.
To the next race? It doesn't get much better than that race.
No, but I'm sure there's more to come.
I'm sure there is. And what were you thinking during the run? Because she was a long way back, and even I was worried.
I wanted to be closer to Autumn Boyd than she was.
But she knew what she was doing. Well, Peter Moody knew what he was doing.
I think, it was a beautiful ride too, I think. And she got bumped around here and there. So I thought, yes, that she probably had an excuse if she was to run a place instead of...
Went like a Ferrari, an absolute Ferrari. So are we going to celebrate?
We will. We always do.
And your mum's watching at home?
Yes, Mum. Hello, Mum. Hello, John and Kevin.
So where is she?
She's in Springsure Hospital. She's 83, young.
And so that's pretty special. So what will she be doing in hospital? Jumping up and down, celebrating?
Yeah, I doubt it, but she'll be excited.
Congratulations. It's magnificent. Yeah. She's a superstar.
Yeah, no, it's just been a wonderful ride, hasn't it?
Well done. Congratulations.
Well, there's so many stories attached to this. There's Fred, and there's Kat, and there's Pete, who we just had a great interview with Richo. And there's the horse, who's a Pegasus. And we might have 2 at the same time. We do have 2 because Autumn Glow is extraordinary. But this, in so many ways, is even the biggest story of them all, because this young woman went through hell to ride this horse today. And here she is with her 20th, Emma, her 20th Group 1.
And her second Doncaster. It's been a hard few weeks, but I don't think I've seen anything like that here for a long, long time. You're last, you're widest, and she's done it in a hand canter.
Look, I'd be starving hungry every week if I could sit on a horse like that. Look, we know she's a good horse, but she had to do it today in that grounds. We're back further than I wanted to be, we're wider than I wanted to be, all sorts. In the end, it didn't matter. In 2-3 strides, I thought, we're going to win by half the length of the straight. Like that was incredible. They know she's a good horse, but what she did then, I've never sat on a horse that's given me a feel like that. And I've sat on plenty of decent horses in the past, She is a freak.
When you gave her the message to go, tell us what that feels like, because with some horses it takes a bit of messaging. We've got to get going, sister. But with her, it feels like one tiny click of your heels and she'll just take off, she'll fly away.
Yeah, and look, when she won the Guineas, she looked like she took a little bit to get there, and that was in my mind. I didn't want to leave it too late, so I sort of got going a little bit wider, a bit earlier than I wanted to, but we didn't need to. In the end, when I pushed the button, it took about 2-3 strides, and then I thought we're home. That was just unbelievable. I'm still got goosebumps.
What a training performance from Pete and Kat as well. Like, she's a 3-year-old filly, the last filly to win a Doncaster in 1999, and it's Sunline, like one of the very best. Could she be that good?
She's in that category, I think. Obviously, I wasn't here for that time, but like I said, I've sat on some incredible horses, and Pete's trained some incredible horses, and he's got another one on his hands. And look, today the team were amazing to me. I walked out there and they said, go have some fun. That's all they said to me. He hasn't harassed me all week. I've been not eating and losing weight. It was funny, my manager asked me about a month ago, can I ride 49? And I said, absolutely effing not. And then he sent the horse's name. I was like, hang on, okay, yep, I'll do it.
I know today was your first sit in a Group 1 on her. Is she a miler? Could she get 2,000? Like, what was the feel that she gave you? 8, 10 furlongs?
So sweet. She come back and settled for me. She did everything right. Obviously, she's sharp enough for a mile, but I think she'll put him away even by further over 2,000, because the way she settles and relaxes, she's just got every attribute of a champion.
After the 2 weeks with not much food and drink, how sweet's that first glass of champers?
Oh, I'm starving. I'm going to go have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 glasses, I think.
You deserve it. Congratulations. Well done. What a performance.
Thank you, guys. Well done.
The legend even grows, doesn't it? And that's hard to do when you've won a Caulfield and Melbourne Cup in this season. We've all had the experience of something that takes you to another place. It really does. She was extraordinary, and for Pete and Kat and the whole Moody family, and for Fred and the dream, 10 grand. $4 million race.